wanted just to have that conversation with you about the woman who is making, I guess, $250,000, but she's dating someone who's 60.
Yes.
Making 60,000.
Well, she broke up with him because he was making 60K.
Yeah. So I will begin by saying, of course, that's her prerogative, right?
Yeah.
If that's not going to work for her, then fine.
Yeah.
But I will say that I personally know people who's making, the woman's the breadwinner. Right? Husband is not making it nearly as much. And it's for several reasons, right? So in one situation, the guy's military. So he is, even though he's not the provider, right? He's not making as much as the woman. He's starting a new business. He stays at home. He takes care of the kids. He takes care of home. He contributes, right? So he's not lazy. So I would say that even if someone is not making as much as the partner, if they're contributing, then that's what matters, right?
So
mindset. It's not like if you have a lazy mindset, that's one thing. But if you have a mindset of wealth, where I'm going to contribute the way that I can, then I don't see anything wrong with that.
So Trinia, how long have you been married? Mind me asking.
I've been married. How long have we been married? 13 years now?
All right, cool. 13 years. So you are a vet in this game. So this is something that she said. I'm curious, from your relationship expert and years of being married. She said it was hard for her to respect a man who couldn't teach her anything, because she said that how was it that I can get up as a woman and make $250,000 and he can get up as a man and only make 60K? Like, she said, what can I learn from that? What would you say from your experience being married, one, for 13 years, two, as a relationship expert, if someone comes to you and says, Trinia, I can't learn nothing from him, so it's hard for me to respect him because I'm teaching him everything, trying to bring him up. What would you say to that?
Yeah, and again, it's not everyone's story is unique. Everyone's story is different, right? So if you're saying that you can't learn from this guy because he makes 60,000, to me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't, one thing doesn't have to do with the other, right? Because he could be making 60,000, but he can be brilliant. He can be smart. He can teach you things in your business, or just as an individual, you can learn from him still. Like, what I'm saying is that the salary doesn't define the man, right? It's his mindset. So why is he making 60,000? Maybe again, he is, in the reserve, right? And so he can't really only have odd jobs, whatever, but he's an excellent, provider as far as taking care of home. Do you know what I mean? It's not the mindset. The salary doesn't define the person. That's all I'm saying.
I totally agree, man. I wish I had my brother-in-law in here. I may call him and ask him to jump on real quick to have this conversation, because my brother-in-law, Glenn Henry, I think I can't remember how long they've been married, but one of the things that I started off having a problem with my brother-in-law, Trinia, was he actually quit his job to be a stay-at-home Black father. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So my sister's gonna get up and go to work every single day so you can chill out at home with the kids? And there was a strategy for Glenn and my sister moving forward that I wasn't privileged to. Really, it was none of my business to know what was going on in their house. But today, when you look at it, he's the breadwinner. They're bringing in 7 figures a year because now they built a brand around Black fathers and Black stay-at-home fathers. And I just got to be honest, man, I feel as if, and I want to ask you this as a relationship expert, I have a free ebook. It's about like 10 pages long to talk about how to ask the hard money questions while dating, right? So it's not about how to date. That's your expertise. I'm saying, hey, here are the questions you should be asking while dating to understand the mindset of the individual's thoughts around money. When would you advise people to start having that conversation about money? Is that an engagement time? Is that marriage, right before marriage? Is that earlier on in the process of dating? When would you suggest we start talking about money when we are dating and getting to know each other?
As early as possible.
Ooh, now wait a minute, Trinia. When you say as early as possible.
And I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, people get divorced over money.
Talk.
Right? You can, be in love, like, oh my God, this is the perfect person for me. But he's not where you want to be financially, right? So you have the conversation as early as possible. Now, how to have the conversation is really the question. You don't want to interview the person. You don't want to, how much money do you, what's the credit? When's the last time you started working? Like, you don't want to ask questions like that, right? Because you'll turn someone off. What you want to do is creatively ask about, where do you like vacation? Right? Because people that make a certain living, certain amount of money, they live a certain way. They have a certain lifestyle. So ask them how they like to vacation, what they like to do. Ask them if if you never had to work again, what would you do? Like, what would you do if you never had to work again? Ask them what they like to do as far as like their philanthropic interest, like things like that. You get into their mindset, right? Because he could be making six figures today and lose his job next week. You made a really good point, Anthony, earlier on. People that make more money, they spend more money.
Yes.
So, and some people that are making well into the six figures, they spend a lot of money because they have two cars, they have kids, they have mortgage. You know what I mean? They have expenses. So they live from check to check. Are they saving their money? Are they investing their money? So these are, by asking these questions early on while you're dating in a creative way, you'll get a chance to know the person, understand how they're thinking, so that you'll know that if you guys end up together, you guys will be set, or maybe you won't be. Like, you never know. You never know. I'll tell you a personal story. My husband and I, we've been together forever. We've been married for 13 years. We have two handsome boys. And he, the 13 years that we've been together, he got laid off twice.
Did he?
In the 13 years that we've been together, he got laid off twice. And it was, I don't have to tell you, it was hard during that time, right?
Yeah.
But my husband's mindset, it didn't affect us as much as it could have.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He got laid off. Yes, I was working, right? But also, he was out there making sure that he can get another job. And also, we invest, right? We save. So those are the times that you really, really know the person and understand that person's mindset. When the going, what's that saying? When the going gets tough, when you're having tough times,
yes,
that's when you really know how that person, if that person has a wealth mindset or not, or if he's lazy and don't want to do anything. So it really doesn't matter. Salary doesn't matter. That would be my professional and personal advice. Salary really doesn't matter.
I think I want to echo what you said, right? And we're going to put this in the chat, you guys, because what Trinia, I got to keep looking down to make sure I say it correctly, because I don't want to offend my sister, and I love her and I appreciate her for coming on. But the questions that you ask while dating are super important. And as a guy in the money space, I'm always asked, like, hey, how do I ask? And I remember I was like, that's a good question, because when I go out on dates, people ask me, money questions. And some of them made me feel uncomfortable. Some of them was like, yo, I like the way she's asking that because it's a mature way of asking. It lets me know that she values more than just the money. It's a, hey, this is good. So I came up with a free ebook, you guys. And I don't know if we had that. I don't think Jay has it, but we're going to put this in the chat. If you go to anthonyoneal.com/money questions, it is a free 15-page ebook on how to ask the questions like our coach has taught us. What are the proper questions? How to ask it in a mature, in a loving, in a good way, right? Is you don't ask someone how much money you make a year. You don't do that, but you can ask them, what are your goals financially for you and your family? Like, what are some of the goals that you would love to do with your spouse? And how they respond to that question lets you know they're targeting to make this amount of money. If one person says, I want to pay cash for college. Okay, cool, great. That means you got to be making some good money to pay cash for college. I want to buy my first house and pay for it cash, or I want to pay, like whatever that is. How they respond sends you clear messages, and as your relationship is evolving, the more you can evolve with the questions as well. So if you go to anthonyoneal.com/money questions, it's 10 pages. We're telling you the do's. We're telling you the do not ask this question. Don't ask them what kind of car you drive. It's none of your business. Wait till they pick you up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, And let me say this too, and I'm gonna ask this last question to our coach Trinia, and Trinia, make sure you put your information in the YouTube channel so they can look up your content as well.